What's up guys, my name is Shawnee Says, and today we're going to look at entitled parents. If you do end up liking my video, I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe so we can grow my channel. Alright, let's get started. This story is posted by Michuru809, entitled Dog Mom. First time posting in this sub. I'm stretching the parent part of the sub to cover fur babies as we are childless at the moment and our dog is sort of a practice child. So entitled Pet Parent Story Incoming. Backstory. My dog, Stormy, 4 female, Pitbull, Black Lab, Chow Chow, Australian Shepherd, Mutt Mix, is a very good girl. She loves other dogs, people, children, etc. She's well known in our small subdivision and many of our neighbors with dogs will bring their dog up to the fence/deck railing to let their dog say hello. We hired a dog walker, Nell, to come take Stormy for walks Monday to Friday while we're working. Stormy gets 15 to 25 minute walks with Nell, and Nell is an absolute professional. Nell does have a contract and rules though. Nell's time with our dog is dedicated to getting her walked, letting her go potty, cleaning up, and then Nell needs to be off to the next customer. Nell does not let our dog interact with other dogs during their time together because she doesn't know whose dog is a jerk, angel, vaccinated, or temperament training style of their. She has liability insurance and that talks about not taking risks with other dogs. So when she comes across someone who wants to say hi, she says, "Hey, I'm really sorry, we can't stay and hang out due to liability and time." And usually that's the end of it and people respect her request, except last week with 2 of my entitled pet parent neighbors. The cast. Nell, good dog walker. Stormy, my goodest girl. Karen, entitled pet parent number 1, who does not have my cell phone number. And Tabitha, entitled pet parent number 2, who does have my cell phone number. Karen is an older lady, kind of rubs several of the neighbors the wrong way by not cleaning up after her dog's waste, and doing things like cutting other people's shrubs down like 6 houses away. I've always gotten more strange vibes from her. I avoid in-depth conversations and just keep my hellos brief. Tabitha is nice to me, but I've always had this lady must have issues / be entitled vibe from her. I've always kept my contact with most of my neighbors pretty brief and in general, because having neighbors you don't like, I've heard, can be quite stressful. Tabitha bothers the fuck out of my husband though. She's very pushy and, "Oh, my dog wants to play, so I'm going to let my dog into your fenced yard for a few minutes." Husband, "No, sorry, we don't have time. I've got to get back to work." Followed by an insane amount of pouting, arguing, complaining from This is Nell in my story from last Wednesday with 2 entitled dog parents. Nell was taking Stormy for a walk, and Karen snuck up behind her with her dog. Good dog, much older, somewhat indifferent to people / dogs, but good dog all the same. Nell has previously asked Karen to keep her distance, so when Karen snuck up behind her, it felt very intentional and disrespectful. Nell said her usual, "No, we can't hang out, liability and time." Karen argued with her and said, "I said it was fine, so it's fine." Nell tells me when she's almost back at our house, but felt compelled to turn around and quickly leave, going the opposite direction. No big deal. Stormy just gets a double walk and Nell avoids an awkward confrontation any further. Nell hasn't gotten very far and is walking past another neighbor's, Tabitha's house. Tabitha says, "Oh, is that Stormy?" And Nell says yes, thinking the lady wants to pet Stormy, which is okay. And Tabitha says, "Oh great, hold on for a moment." So Nell is waiting, thinking Tabitha might want to give Stormy a treat. And okay, but no, Tabitha wants to get her dog, another good girl, out of the house and let Stormy and her dog play. Nell says, "Hey, sorry, we don't really have time. The liability insurance has no other doggy visits." Tabitha loses her mind and starts screaming at Nell. "How dare you! I'm going to report you," amongst other things. I'm at work while all this is going down and completely unaware until I get a text message from Tabitha saying, "Your dog walker was so rude. She wouldn't even let my dog say hi to Stormy. When both dogs wanted to do it, she wouldn't even stop and talk to me. Told me she has to get going." I explained to Tabitha that was by design and per the contract for safety and liability reasons, as Nell doesn't know whose dog is a jerk / angel, and Nell has a schedule of other customers. And Nell was really nice and professional. I would absolutely recommend. Tabitha argued with me some more about how Nell should have tried to get her business then, and even said we should fire our dog walker and she'll walk Stormy for free. I just wished her a nice day and left it alone with Tabitha. I sent Nell a text message shortly after. "Heard about the thing with my neighbor, Tabitha. I respect and appreciate your policy on no doggy greetings. I understand you have safety concerns and time limits, and I explained those to Tabitha. I hope you weren't uncomfortable." Nell proceeded to call me and tell me about Karen and Tabitha's interactions. What a day for a poor dog walker, but thankfully she got tough skin, and our support and appreciation, of course. I reinforced that we agree with her policies, respect her time, and to let us know if she needed any further support from us. Too long didn't read. Our dog walker, Nell, has a strict no doggy greetings policy we completely agree with. Our dog is a very good girl and quite popular in our subdivision, so 2 entitled dog parents chewed Nell out because she didn't let their dog play with her. Update. My husband was smoking a cigarette on the deck, and of course Stormy was outside with him, available to greet her fans that passed by. Karen and her dog walk over, and Karen gives my husband an earful about Nell. My husband told her, "Look, Nell's been our dog walker for over 6 months. I trust her with our dog. She has a policy about no doggy greetings when she's on her walk, so just stay away." Karen said, "Okay, but I wanted you to know that she'd had run-ins with several of the neighbors, and she was acting hysterical." I assume several is just her and Tabitha. My husband did correct my story with one detail I didn't know. There was a second encounter the next day with Karen's dog, was across the street from their house and not on a leash. Not within Karen's control, and Nell asked Karen to please leash her dog, and Karen refused. Nell apparently became hysterical when the dog began to approach and walked away quickly. I don't blame Nell. Karen has a big 100-pound chubby lab. He's super docile elderly therapy dog who's had hip replacement surgery, so not like a menace if you get to know him. But he definitely looks scary, and you never know. People just need to... That story kind of bugged me. I'm very protective over my dogs, like very, very protective. I have right now no safe dogs for them to play with, and I've had so many close calls, and my husky mix has actually been attacked a few times by supposedly safe dogs, so I understand where Nell is coming from entirely. I'm casually reading this one while I have my dogs hanging out right behind me. This next story is posted by You Stoned on Love, EP at Great Wolf Lodge. Beginning notes. I'm on mobile, so I apologize for any screw-ups. I'm also just bad at typing. Cast. Me, your gorgeous protagonist, EL, entitled Lady. So I was at Great Wolf Lodge this weekend with my Girl Scout troop, and my mom had told us all to go change from swimming because we were about to eat. So I get down to the locker room after almost slipping and dying on the floor, and head into a changing stall. These stalls are decently large and have a little ledge for you to put your stuff on. So I had put my stuff on the ledge and was getting changed when my door started rattling. I assume it's a little kid's, so I just go, "I'm sorry, this stall is occupied." Then it starts again and I hear an adult voice, and I'm just sitting there thinking, what the fuck? So once again, I go, "Hey, there's someone in here." And it stops for 6 seconds, and then she starts banging on the door and shaking the stall. So at this point, I'm fucking pissed and just go, "The door is locked for a reason." This stops the banging and I'm able to finish changing and leave. But friends, this is not where the story ends. I end up walking out and there is this 50-something-year-old lady giving me a death stare. After that, I don't know if it was just everywhere I went after that, I kept seeing her glaring at me. TLDR, lady throws a fit because she can't change in the stall I'm in and then follows me around the park. I think you were a little nicer than most people would have been. I would have gotten out and brought attention to her, ignoring every little thing I said and tried to embarrass her, but I'm a bad person. This next post is posted by Duddides0802. Spoiled brat tries to steal my Nintendo Switch. Me, duh. Entitled Kid, my annoying ass cousin, EM, my aunt. Before summer, my dad said if I got an 85 or higher on all my tests, he would help me pay my Nintendo Switch. The goal was achieved and I got my console along with Mario Odyssey, Smash Bros, and Breath of the Wild. One day, Entitled Kid and Entitled Mother decided to visit us, which I wasn't excited for. Like that little bitch. We basically ate dinner and I went to my room, with Entitled Kid following me. Seeing that he is following me, I locked my door, but he screamed a lot and Entitled Mother came and demanded that I open the door. Fine, as long as he doesn't touch anything, I don't care, I thought to myself. Well, when I unlocked the door, he ran straight to my laptop, only to be denied by the password screen. Then he looked over and saw my Nintendo Switch sitting next to the TV. Entitled Kid, can I play the Mario game too? Me, no. Entitled Kid, but I want to. Me, you always break my things. I'm not going to let you play. He tried to take my Pro Controller by force, was obviously outpowered, and began screaming again. God, that screech is probably the most annoying sound I've ever heard in my life. Entitled Mother and my parents came over and asked what was happening. Entitled Kid, Eddie won't let me play the Mario game. Entitled Mother, to me, let your cousin play the game. In this moment, I have to thank God that I have an understanding and reasonable parents. Mom explained that I had just bought this console and I wasn't letting anyone play with it. She was lying. I play Smash Bros. With my little sister almost every weekend, and we left to the living room, with Entitled Kid and Entitled Mother right behind us, or so we thought. When they were leaving, I caught a glimpse of Entitled Kid putting something red and blue in his lunch bag. I asked to see what it was, but he didn't want me to see. I went to my room and saw that my console wasn't there anymore and figured it out. I told my parents and they asked to see my cousin's bag. Entitled Mother didn't want us to see it. I wonder why. But I checked inside anyway, and there it was, my Nintendo Switch. Honestly, knowing that fucking spoiled piece of shit wasn't that surprised in contrast to my parents. Entitled Mother tried to spit out some bullshit, trying to fool us, saying that he didn't mean it and he was just a kid. But my dad was a bit sad. He told them to leave and promised not to do this again. They left and I haven't heard from them since. Sorry if my English is weird. It is my second. Yikes. I have a big family and I don't remember an instance where one of the cousins was stealing from each other, especially the aunts. I hope OP's dad didn't let that cousin back in the home, but I assume he did based on his reaction and how calm he was. Well, that's all the Reddit stories I'm going to give you guys today. I do hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys don't mind my voice and enjoyed the dog photos. So thank you for watching, and please, if you liked, please hit like, please subscribe, and comment down below your opinions on the Entitled Parents stories, and I will read every one of them.